and how we are going to manage in the GRC and all those things. Basic idea about we have discussed all those things. So today we are going to so today, from today onwards, I'm going to introducing all the four modules, like how ARA will work and what are the buzzwords which we need to discuss on those things and ARA, and same way ARM, and how ARM is going to work and what are the key concepts are there in ARM and EM. And first and foremost of this, first few days, I will try to introduce you. Guys, please go on mute if you are not talking something. Chidanand and as well as the Wahid, both of you guys, please go on mute. Thank you very much.
Sure, I'm muted.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm just trying to build some platform where you guys can easily understand. So Wahid, you might be know of the bit of the concept. So please don't be worried. So we'll go on the process wise. Okay. So I'm trying to cover all the guys who does know and doesn't know all those things. I'm just going on this slowly. If you know the concept, please try to listen the concepts once again. Then afterwards, will the configuration parts and all those things will come in a sequential manner. Okay. So good. Let's start with the ARA component. So before that, so we are into GRC 10. We are mainly focusing on the access control. Under access control, once again we are having the four different concepts, that is access risk analysis, that is nothing but ARA, emergency access management, that is nothing but EAM, okay, access request management, ARM, okay, business role management, BR. Four different components are there. These are the subcomponents of the access control. So I'm just starting with the ARA component. So here, what exactly is ARA and what kind of activities we are going to perform in this ARA, all those things we are going to discuss, and how GRC system is going to help in for us to run the risk analysis and all those things. Good. So let's start with this risk wise. So what exactly the risk and all those things we'll go and we'll discuss. Risk. So in yesterday's class we have discussed about the how. What? Yes, Veda.
Can you increase the font size, please?
Okay, no problem. So we're not
so
able
that
to see
it
the
is
slides?
visible more. I can see it, but somewhat.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Is this fine?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So risk wise, in a layman terms, we have discussed all those things, but in a technically, in SAP perspective, so risk is whenever two contradictory T codes comes together, automatically risk will be appeared. This is what the technical definition. Okay. Now, good, no problem. Leave this concept as it is. I will come back to the risk part again. So now, there is one more major area which we need to concentrate over in the ARA. That is the function. Okay, what is this function? Functions are basically classifying the data based upon the business process. These are the classifying the transaction codes and all those things based upon the business process. What exactly these functions contain? Functions contain the actions and permissions. Actions plus permissions. And there is one more buzzword over here, business process. So this business process mainly classifying your business. So based upon the approach, based upon you are taking and how you are delivering the process and all those things will depend upon your business process. Underneath of business process, we are having the one more thing is that business sub process. I will take an example and I will try to explain all those things, no problem. Business sub-process. This business sub-process will be underneath of the business process. In one business process, it might be a multiple sub-business process. All those things which are related to the sub-regional part and everything. Now, by clubbing all those things, I'm just taking a normal example. There I will try to show how this risk will be appeared, how this business process will be classified, and all those things. Let me open the one Excel sheet, so then you'll get an idea. Okay, good. So now, I'm just taking an example of the business process. So here in our SAP, we are having the various business processes. Those are, one is the basis, okay, and finance is the one business process, HR is the one business process, material master inventory is the one business process, SD is the one business process, okay. So, and procurement is the one business process. Like this, we are having the various business process. So if you take finance underneath of that one, so there are so many different sub-processes are there. And if you take basis, here also we are having so many different sub-processes. So let's start with the basis one. So here if you take basis, this will be understood by everybody. Okay, so we will start with the basis. So in basis, so what exactly the basis consultant can do? So it's what kind of activity he is going to perform as every day. Anybody can answer, Sweta or Wahed or Siddharth. What exactly
all the installation activities.
Okay.
Opening and closing clients.
Yes, excellent.
Transport management.
Client administration.
Transport management.
Good. Management. Yes. Next.
School management.
Okay. Next. What?
Performance tuning.
Right.
Performance tuning.
Yes. Batch management.
Backup.
Yes, Anna. Okay.
Backup and recovery.
Okay, no problem. See, okay. So if you take business process as a basis, under that basis is having so many business process, right? So all those things these are the client administration and all those things are the business process, installations and everything. Now, so under basis, all these are the subsections. Let's take a client administration. Let's take a client administration. In a client administration, what are the possible codes and what kind of activities are there in client administration?
Client creation.
Okay, so by using which T code we can able to, by using which T code we can able to
SCC4.
Okay, and somebody is saying, Siddharth is saying something. Which T code?
SCCL.
SCCL. This is for what?
Client copy.
Yeah, client copy.
What type of? It is for local client copy. So there are other client copies T codes also there. Okay,
SCC5.
SCC5 client copy. Okay, so SCC8, SCC9,
Fine.
all the T codes I have included over here. So SCC5 is for client deletion. Okay, and there is a one more transaction code is there. So SCC3 is there. I'm trying to include it over here. There is one more transaction code SCC1. I'm including over here. So in client administration, we are having the three different sets of activities that happen over here. Okay, I am putting these things. So this is a set 1, set 2, and set 3. Now instead of calling as set 1, now I am calling this as a function. Okay, function 1, function 2, function 3. Good. So this is under client administration business process. We are having the three different types of transaction codes. Each type I am calling as a one function. So first one is basically function one, basically having the client creation, all those things. And function 2, all the client copy relevant codes. Function 3, client deletion transaction codes. Now let's take an example of the another one. That is the transport management. In transport management also, we will try to identify different type of transaction codes. So what are the transaction codes in transport management basic consultant will use?
STMS.
Okay, excellent. Any other transaction codes?
SC01.
Okay, I'm trying to put in a different queue. Okay, next, any ideas?
For releasing the transport SC10.
Same SC01 only will does.
Okay, next,
SC01 does release also.
automatically it will be routed to SC10, Mr. Wahid.
So we can put it in the same SC01, SC10.
No.
The same.
So, okay, so there is one more transaction code is the SC09. Okay, any other ideas related to transport management? So there is one more transaction code is called STMS
Underscore
import STMS underscore QA. Okay, so all the different codes I have identified over here. Now let's go and see. So till now function 1, function 2, function 3 I have already specified. Now I cannot say it's a one second function 3. So if you want to call, I need to say specific name. So that's the reason I'm calling it as a function 4, function 5, function 6. Okay, like this I have called the different names. Next, I'm taking one more sub-business process. That is nothing but a patch management. Okay, don't be worried why we are taking all those things. There is a clue is there. So then you will get understanding. By end of the session, you will understand why we are going to take all those things. In patch management, what are the possibility codes are there?
SPAM
And
spam
and
SAINT send.
okay, good. SPAM for is for applying the patches, and Saint is for applying the add-ons and plugins. One more function I'm including over here. Okay, good. So like this, here I took the sum of the sub-business process, and here under that also there are so many functions I have identified, nothing but a type of activities so which we are going to perform under the sub-business process I have identified. Good. So now the SOD rules. Now SOD rules. So whenever all these things are delivered, business process, business sub-process, under that functions, under that transaction codes are there. So first term is basis. Under that we are having the various business sub-process. Under business sub-process we are having the multiple functions. Each function is having the certain transaction codes. Okay, good. Based upon these things, SAP has delivered some set of the SOD rules. Okay, what are those rules? So SAP has delivered some rule. What is that is? That is the risk one. When this risk one will be appeared whenever function 1 and function 3 comes together, automatically a risk should be appeared. That means whoever having access to creating a client, that guy should never have access to delete that client. If it is the case, that is the violation 1. Next, I am preparing one more risk, risk 2. Risk 2 is nothing but it is appearing. So same way, function 1 and function 2. That means whoever having SCC 40 code, those guys should not have any client copy relevant access. That is a violation 2. Next, risk 3. So risk 3 here is simply whoever having the function 1, that guy should never have access to function 4. That is my condition. Next, risk 4. Whoever having the function 4, that guy should never have access to function 5. Okay. Next one. Whoever having the function 4, that guy should never have access to function 7. So these are the SOD rules that already SAP has been delivered to us. Okay, good. This everything is readily referenced. Okay, and these are the risks and already has been delivered by SAP. Now everything is available in GRC. Now whenever we run the risk analysis, how GRC system is going to checking and how GRC system is giving the risk analysis report. Okay, now we are going to take as a one user ID, that is the Shweta user ID. Okay, so Shweta user, and she is having the access to the two different roles, role 1 and role 2. So she is having the two different roles. Role 1 contains the SCC4, STMS, and role contains the SPAM, SCC7, SCC1, and SCC 5. Like this, she's having the transaction codes. So two different roles and all those things. Now good. So there is a one user ID there. Now if you want to know the risk analysis in report against to the Shweta user ID, what exactly we are going to do in GRC? Yes, we need to run the risk analysis at the user level. We need to run the risk analysis at the user level. Good. So well and good. So now I'm trying to run this analysis at the user level. So that means I'm taking here the Shweta's user ID. Good. Whenever I took the Shweta's user ID, if I ran the risk analysis against to the Shweta user ID, so then how system is going to check. So which one is the risk analysis, the risk related T codes, and how these things are really effective to us, all those things. So system is going to maintain over here. Good. So for this activity, how system is going to maintain means, see. So how many T codes user is having? Simple. These are the two T codes. I'm just copying over here. And these are the 4 T codes. Okay. So these are the total 6 T codes user is Shweta is having. Okay, good. Now, whenever you ran the risk analysis, how system is going to checking all the T codes next? First T code, SCC4 system will pick it, and system will check the other T codes with the other T codes, whether SCC4 is contradicting with the STMS or not. Okay. So how system is going to check? SCC4 T code is related to the which function in this one, in this list? Guys, your turn. You have to answer. So SCC4 T code is belongs to which function in the list of functions?
Function 1.
Okay. And STMS is related to which function?
Function 4.
So just try to check in this SOD rules list, is function 1 and function 4 comes together, is there any risk?
Yes, risk 3.
Which one? Risk 3. Yes, excellent. Yes. Now I'm trying to type a risk analysis report over here. Okay. How this risk analysis report will look like means simple. User ID, risk, okay, and function, action, okay, level of risk. Okay. So here, as per our discussion, we have identified. So user ID, who is the Shweta is the one, and what is the risk? Risk 3 is appearing. So from which function?
Function 1 and function 4.
1
Function 4.
and function 4. So what are the transaction codes? SCC4 and SCMS, right? Yes. SCC4 I'm trying to type in over here. So I'm just trying to remove this one for your easy to understand purpose. Delete. Same. Shweta. Risk 3. Function 4. STMS. Level of risk. High. Next is the rule set is there. I will try to discuss this part later on. Good. So we have identified one thing. Next, SCC4 is going to check with the SPAM. whether these two T codes are coming to the risk is there or not. Next once again, SCC4 related to the function 1. SPAM is related to the which function in this list? SPAM.
Function 7.
So function 1 and function 7 comes together. Is there any risk in this list? Function 1 and function 7. No, right? No problem. Good. Let's move to the other one. SCC4 is going to check with the SCC7. SCC4 is related to which one? Function 1. SCC7?
Function 2.
What is the risk? Risk 2. Same user ID. Risk 2 because of the function 1 SCC4 medium. Okay, I'm just typing over here. Okay, once again risk 2 because of the SCC7, right? That is related to function 2. Function 2 and SCC7. That is the medium. Okay, next SCC4 is going to check with the SCC1. Is there or not? SCC4 is related to which function?
Yeah,
You
this
just have
one.
to answer. Just try to interact with me and try to answer fast, and I'll try to fill this report as soon as possible. Okay. SCC4, risk 1.
This one.
Risk 1 or not? Just please check again and let me know. Just
There is
try to
risk.
check.
Risk 2. Risk 2.
Risk 2. Why? Because SCC1 is related to the function 2. Function 2 and function 1 comes together, risk 2. Getting right? I'm just updating this list. Now SCC4 and SCC5 comes together. Is there a risk or not?
Risk 1.
Risk 1.
Risk 1. Very good. SCC5.
Like all permutation combinations, right?
Yes.
It's
Good.
like the
Now,
6
yes.
factorial.
Now SCC4 has completed. Now STMS will be started over here, and it will try to check the all the other T codes. So STMS is related to the function 4, and SPAM is related to the function 7. So once again, system will check function 4 and function 7. Yes, risk is there. Once again, so Sweta, and what is the risk? The risk of 5, and what is that one? STMS is related to which function? Function 4. Right? STMS. Okay. And then critical. Okay. So SPAM is related to the which function? You guys have to answer.
Function 7.
Function 7. Because of this one, risk 5 is appearing. Function 7, SPAM, and critical. Like this risk and RSS report will be there. Now, so STMS PAM done, STMS S7, STMS SCC1, STMS SCC5. Like this step has done. Now SPAM SC7, SC1. Like this, the permutations and combinations will go on. How many T codes you are trying to run in the risk analysis, right? So based upon the T codes list, so system will go and system will check all the permutations and combinations. Once all these things were checked, based upon the SOD rules, system will give us the risk analysis report. This is the risk analysis report will look like. Okay, so what is the user ID? What kind of risk is there? And why the risk is coming? What kind of levels of risk? So all those things are appearing. So did you observe the risk I am trying to type in is 2 times. Okay, so risk 3 appearing. Why it is appearing? Because of the two different contradictory functions comes together, automatically risk is appearing. But whenever I am defining the definition, so what I specified over here to you, then if you take a risk, two contradictory T codes comes together, risk is appearing. But here I am redefining my example, two contradictory functions comes together. Functions comes together, risk will be appeared. Function is a combination of actions and permissions. So here I have defined the actions. Function is a combination of multiple actions and permissions. Actions like that. So SSC4, SSC3 and all these things, plus along with that permissions are nothing but those checked and maintained transaction codes for the particular transaction codes. If you take SSC4, each T code is having the checked and maintained data. That data where we can able to identify, Sweta, where we can able to identify the checked and maintained authorization data for a T code.
USOBT, USOBX.
USOBT and USOBX. Okay, good. So what about USOBT underscore C and USOBT BX underscore C?
These are the customer defined tables.
Customized data.
Okay, so in the list of 4 tables, from where the information is going to fetching?
USOBT hyphen C.
Okay, then?
USOBX hyphen C.
Okay, so it will always pick the data from USOBX underscore C and USOBT underscore C. From these 4 tables, system will try to pick the data. Okay, so that is nothing but a permissions. So T codes plus permissions combination is nothing but a permission. And here you may get a one doubt. So what it is, the risk is appearing whenever two contradictory functions comes together, risk is appearing. Because of the SCC4 and SCC5 comes together, the risk is appearing. Here fair enough. So are these T codes are available under one function like SCCL and SCC7? If these two T codes comes together, is there any risk is there or not? That means we have to say no. Under the function, within a function, whatever the transaction codes are there, those T codes will never contradict with each and every one. Getting right? SCCL and SC7, 7 and 8, 8 and 9, 9 and 1 will never contradict. This will only contradict with the other functions. Within a function, how many T codes? That will never contradict. That is opposite to our GRC concept. These functions will only contradict with the other functions only. Okay, so this is what happened over here. When based upon your T codes, based upon the T codes which you have assigned over here, whether it is a role or else whether it is a user ID, based upon assignment, system will run the risk analysis. Whenever you are running the risk analysis based upon the SOD rules, system is running the risk report and system is giving the risk analysis report. Once we get this report, then we will take our course of action. Then we will discuss with the business. We will mostly concentrate on the high and critical risks. Getting right? So risk 1, risk 5, risk 3, these are the high and critical risks. We will always bother about the high and critical risks. Guys, please go on mute. Please go on mute. Okay. If you do not have any questions asked to ask, please go on mute immediately. So here, high and critical are there. So critical is the risk 1 and risk 5. High risk is the risk 3. We will immediately concentrate on the high and critical risk. We are less bothered about the medium and low. So because, why? Because if you try to run the risk analysis, if you are trying to clean your environment, there in your system you will find almost of risks in the crores whenever you are trying to clean up your roles. As the first course of action, we will try to concentrating on these two. If you remove these two high and critical risks, good. There you are very well versed with security policy and all those things. So because it's not so easy task to clean up your system at the medium and low level risks also. So if you want to remove those risks as well, then you need to create so many different mitigation controls, and it's a kind of a big project. So that's why most of the customers, they won't bother about the low and medium level risk. At least they're concentrating on the high and critical risk. This is what happened over here. Now, so there is a one more column is there in the risk analysis report script, that is the rule set. Good. So now I am coming back to this one. So here, let me insert one more column. So till now we have started our process from the business process side. First, we have identified some of the business process like a basis, FI, HR, and all those things. Afterwards, we have identified the various sub-business process. Okay, under sub-business process, we have identified the functions. Under functions, we have identified the T codes. So these are whatever T codes which we specified over here, that is related to the basis business process. Same way, if you take the finance, in finance also having a multiple sub-business process. Those are nothing but a account payable, account receivable, general ledger, fixed assets, okay, fund center, and funds management. All those are the sub-business process related to the finance business process. If you take account payable, under account payable also we are having the multiple functions. Each function is having the different transaction codes and all those things. So now, so this is what happened. On top of this business process, there is a one more process will sit over there. That is nothing but a rule set. Okay, so this is the top boss, you can say. Underneath of the rule set, we are having the various business processes. Underneath of the business process, we are having the various sub-business processes. Underneath of the sub-business process, we are having the multiple functions. Whenever these functions are contradicting, these risks are appearing. Got a picture? Rule set. Underneath of rule set, business process. Underneath of the business process, sub-business process. Underneath the sub-business process, functions. Underneath the functions, actions. Okay? Whenever these functions are contradicting, risks are appearing. Okay? Good. Is it clear, guys? This concept, rule set concept?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Shweta?
Yes, I'm good.
Chidanand?
Shiv, I have one question. Shall I continue
Yes.
now or afterwards?
No problem.
Regarding-
You can continue.
Yeah, there will be like many customer T-codes. Who will create SOD rules for these customer T-codes?
Okay. So SAP has already delivered standard risks for the standard T codes. Okay. So here, if business is having any customized T codes, so here we are having the two codes of our actions. One is, first we need to identify the custom T code is related to the any existing function or not. Okay. So that is, if we identify the existing function, simply we will go and we will try to add that T code into the existing function. Case 1 and case 2. If it is not related to the existing function, then we will go and we will try to create one more custom function. Like this, function 8. We will try to create it. One more custom function. Under that, we will try to add your GT code, custom T code. Good. So this is the two cases. And now come back to the case 1. For example, same GT code, if you are adding in the function 7, that is nothing but a standard SAP standard delivered function, you need not to be worried about the risks. Why? Because this function 7 is already mapped in the mapped in the SOD rules list. SOD rules are already been updated. Means function 7 will come to the function for automatic risk is appearing. You need not to bother about the risk wise. But if you create your own customized function 8. So here this regarding this function 8, there is no information was maintained in the SOD rules wise. So that we need to create one more customized risk as well. So if you creating customized function, we mandatorily need to create a new customized risk as well. So here I am trying to creating the one more risk, that is a customized risk. Okay, here I need to define what is that whenever function 7 and function 8 comes together, risk should be appeared. If you maintain this one, then only system will let us know the data, will give the risk analysis report information in this screen. If not, the system will not provide any data. So this is the case. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So standard T course wise, we do not have any problem. SAP has already addressed that one. If it is GT course, so this is the procedure. So who will decide this one? In which function we need to add this T course? So yes, from customer side, there is a team called business controls team, and this team name will vary from customer to customer. So you need not to worry. So from business side, the stakeholders or business control team, whoever it is. So how they are calling their name and everything. The team will will take a call. In the team basically, so the person's like a auditor. So one person will be definitely, and from business side, so who is the person? Like maybe I'm trying to modify the finance role. Then finance spoke, point of contact will sit over there, and one more GRC consultant. All these three guys will sit together and will take a call. So here you may get a one doubt. So here GRC consultant, you are saying you are going to take any call. So generally yes, if you are sitting at the customer location. If you are sitting offshore location, if you are working these things, you might not get a chance to interact and decide all those things. But if you are sitting at the customer side and if in front of the customer, then you all these three guys will sit together and will take a call whether we can okay. So this T code related to which function and where and what kind of activity it is, and all those things they will sync and they will decide it and they will put it into the right way. This is what happened in the regular environment. Okay. Now come back to the rule set.
I
Here
have
I'm
a question, Shiva.
Yes, Veda.
In real times, like, do we use the SAP delivered risks or we'll create custom?
We mostly use the SAP delivered rules. Point 1 and point 2. Rules wise, so I always say SOD delivered only. So if you would like, if you are having, yes, so risks wise, if any customized T codes are there in your project, then we will go and we will try to create a new risks as well to address the GT codes.
Only with the customized T codes?
Yes, only with the customized T codes.
Or
Mostly we
else
will
the
use the standard SOD rules only. No problem. If you are started working on your own SOD rules creation, all those things, right? Definitely it will take a 1.5 year or 2 years project for your customer as well. So,
okay.
no, this is a generic situation. Then nobody will go ahead with the customized kind of rules and everything. Everybody will use the standard rules only. That's the best approach to follow and all those things. Next one is here is I told you rule set will sit on the top. So by default, the SAP will deliver as a one rule set. That is the global rule set. That means global rule set will contain the data of all those things, all this business process, sub-business process, and functions, and all those things. Here, how risk is coming? These two contradicting functions go together. Risk is coming. Okay, good. In addition to that, now when you run the risk analysis, we mandatorily need to specify the rule set name. So then if I specify the rule set name as a global, so here global name will be appeared in the rule set. So all those names will be appeared like this. So this is the rule set name and everything. In the report risk analysis report, this is the most important information. All these fields are very much important. Same way risk analysis report will look like. So need not to worry. And here there is one more point I would like to add. So same way we have discussed about the functions and risks wise, we are trying to creating the new customized functions, new customized risks as well. So same approach, we can go and we can able to create a new customized rule set as well. Okay, new customized rule set as well. For example, here I have created a new rule set. Maybe you are working for the one of the project. Okay, so maybe you are working for the company called Tata. So Tata company wants to maintain their own rule set. So now I am created a one more rule set called TATA. So I have created the one more rule set called Tata. Good. In that case, when you create this rule set does not contain any data. Simply it's empty. It won't be, it does not have any relationship between this business process or business process functions, risks and all those things. So if you want to maintain this data, then we need to map all these functions, all these risks to this rule set. Then only all this data will get mapped to this rule set. Until unless if you are not mapped with the standard data, standard functions and standard risk to the particular rule set, then this does not contain any data. So if you try to run the risk analysis against the users or roles, we mandatorily need to specify the rule set name. If you specify global rule set is having the entire data. And if you specify customer rule set should also have the entire SAP standard data, all those things. Then only this customer rule set will work. If the custom rule set does not have any data, then system will not show any risk. Why? Because so while running the risk analysis, I am not specifying all these functions and all those things. What I am trying to do, I am just simply specifying my username. So for which user ID I am trying to run the risk analysis. Okay, that is the screen 1. And screen 2, basically, so the field 1, basically system. Which system it is, which user it is, and what is the rule set. What level of risk you would like to show. That's it. 4 or 5 fields I am trying to selecting it. And once you select it, automatically if you run the risk analysis, system is going to give the risk analysis report based upon the rule set which we selected in the risk analysis screen. Based upon the risk rule set. So that means rule set is having the entire data of all those things. If you select rule set as a global, and global knows all the information, okay, what will be the consequences if these two T codes comes together. Like this, system will go and system will check and system will give the risk analysis report based upon this rule set. Okay, good. Here, one more example. So, here I have created the one more rule set. In this rule set, I have added the entire standard data. All the T codes, all the functions, standard risks, and all these things I have mapped to the Tata rule set as well. And now, so tomorrow I got the requirement to there is a one new T code as created by the ABAP team. The T code business wants to add it. So in the GRC. At that time I have created the one more function and I have created the one more risk. This function and this risk are mapped to only to the Tata rule set. I have not mapped to the global rule set. I have not mapped to the global rule set. I just mapped to the Tata rule set only. So in that case, if I ran the risk analysis against one user ID, if I specified rule set as a Tata, then system will give information about the new customized risk and new customized function as well. Okay, same user ID. If I ran the risk analysis against the global rule set, then global rule set does not give any information about the newly created risk and newly created function. Why is it is not showing? Because I have not mapped this information to the global rule set. If you are not mapped, the rule set does not know all the information. That's why we have always has to make sure whatever the functions, whatever the risks you have created or else you have modified, always you need to update this information to the rule sets, whether it is custom or whether it is standard, whatever it is, we have to map it to the all those things. Yes or no? Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Good. Excellent.
Yes.
So, okay, fine, Shweta. Good. So now, so the original situation I'm trying to writing out here. Till now, for you guys understanding purpose, I just made a minimal customization about these rules and everything. I just explained it to you. So the how SAP originally delivering these rule sets means, let me draw a picture over here. On top of this one, the rule set will be there. Rule set will sit over here. Under this rule set, it's directly mapping to the risks, not to the any of the business process. Rule set is going to mapping with the risks. Risk 1, risk 2, risk 3, risk 4. Like this, it will map it. So, why this risk is coming? Maybe risk 1 is coming because of the, see this picture, function 1 and function 3. Function 1, function 3. Risk 2, function 1 and function 2. Like this. Function 1 is having the certainty codes. Function 3 is having the certainty codes. While I am creating this business, while I am creating this risk and functions, I am going to specify my business process and sub-business process. So this is the way SAP will remember all those things. So here what exactly the rule? Rule that is directly getting mapped to the risk. Risk is directly getting mapped to these functions. Rule set. Okay. Rule set is directly mapped to the risk. So these rules are directly mapped to this functions. Functions are nothing but actions plus permissions. Okay. These risks and functions, whenever I'm creating a risk and whenever I'm creating a function, I'm going to define the business process and business sub-process. Which business sub-process is related to all those things I'm going to define over here. So what I'm trying to say is, tomorrow, if you are updating any T code in this function, or else if you are modified any this function, what you have to do, you need to update the same information to the rule set. How you will update? Based upon the help of the risks. When you click on the generate rules under this function, under this subclass, we are having the option called generate rules. We are having the option called generate rules. By using this generate, let me call that over here. By using the option called generate rules, I am going to update this information. Once you modify this function, you have to click on the button called generate rules in the function. Automatically, the latest modified information will be transformed to this rule set. So this is what happened over here. Clear, right, guys? Is it going good?
Yes.
Oh, good. So this is the way system is going to identifying the risk. So this is what happening in the backend mode. So directly we can go and we can able to discuss all those things in system itself. But I would like to explain you all those things. Then you can easily understand, okay, what is happening over there and all those things. So by simply just checking the screen, you can easily identify what the things are happening over there. Okay, good. So today I'm just trying to winding up over here. So do you guys having any queries for today's session? Okay, silence means no questions.
Shiva, this is why.
Yes, yes, why?
Do you need to, like, if you are in the project, we need to involve the functional team also, right, for creating this complete SOD rules, if it is for custom rule set.
Don't involve all the functional teams. So those guys will mess up all the system and everything. That's what I told you. Business process team or else business controls team or else stakeholders from customer side, they will take a call. Just like that any other functional component will never take a call. Those guys does not know all those things. Okay?
No, but
Most
they
probably
will not be knowing the T codes, right?
no, they doesn't know all those stuff. If you say business process and all those things, they doesn't know all those things. Only the team of people, collective people from the auditing team, from the business side. If you take, trying to creating the, if ABAP team has created the one T code that is related to the finance, then each division is having the one scope, finance one scope, and same way controlling. Generally, finance and CO is a one person, and sales and distribution one scope, and warehousing one scope, and as well as the other areas. Like this, each section is having the one different person is there. Those guys will sit as will form as a one team, and their team we are calling as a process controls team. Those guys will take a call. Maybe in your project, there are 100 functional consultants are there. Those consultant does not aware all those things.
No,
We
I'm not
discuss
saying that.
with the,
No,
yeah,
if you,
we always
after taking
discuss
the,
with the
yeah,
business process controls team only. If any
yeah.
issue is there against the user ID, we always discuss with the their business process control team only. Those guys will take a call.
No, they will be giving us some matrix, right? Like which is having risk based on their existing organization.
No, they won't give any matrix. So we are, if you are implementing any kind of GRC,
Yeah.
they won't provide any kind of matrix to you. If it is a support project, they might have all those things.
No, what I'm saying, they will be providing some information in the either in the form of Excel or anything, but that they are having risk, like these are the critical risk, high risk, medium risk.
That's
Like
what I'm trying to answer you, Wahid. That's what I'm trying to answer. If you are in a support project, they might have the risk report, risk information, and all those things. Okay, if you are having support project, if you're working on support project, those guys will help you. You might be working on the support part. That's the reason you are saying they are going to provide some risk. Maybe if you are implementing the brand new GRC 10.1 system, and there you are asking them to give the risk analysis risk report and everything, they won't give all those things. They won't have any data.
So what should be our approach?
This is what you have to start from the working scratch level. So you have to build all those things. You have to build the SOD functions and this rules and what are the SAP has delivered to us, and whether we need to generate all those things and all the steps we need to perform it. So these things will come into this once we start the ARA, right? What exactly we need to take approach if you are in implementation.
Fine.
Okay, so remember guys, I will strongly suggest you Wahid, just for you only. Whenever you are learning this session, right, just try to concentrate whatever I am trying to do this one. Afterwards, after you learn this thing, try to collate whatever we have discussed in session, what you know from your project experience, try to collate it and then try to think it. Then you will get understand. So,
Okay, fine.
so if you start thinking both those things simultaneously, then things will go on miserable. You won't understand anything. My sincere suggestion to you. Okay.
Fine,
Chidana,
fine.
do you have any queries?
Yeah. No, sure. Thanks.
Yes, go ahead. Thank you. So I'm just winding up over here. So tomorrow, I'm having the one personal session. So tomorrow I could not able to take the session because tomorrow same time I'm traveling to the some other place. That's the reason I could not able to make up. So we will